Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the 1983 P. Washington quarter, and let me tell you, this coin might look ordinary, but under the right conditions, it could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even up to $25,000. That's not clickbait, there are real examples of this coin selling for huge amounts at auction. If you've got one of these quarters sitting in a jar, tucked away in a drawer, or in your pocket change, it might be time to take a closer look. Now, before you go digging through your spare change or old coin collection, make sure you watch this video to the end. We're going to explain exactly what makes this coin valuable, how to spot rare errors, and why a seemingly normal 25-cent piece from 1983 could turn into a small fortune. We'll also talk about what to avoid, what to look for, and how to find out the real value of your coin, not just what someone says it's worth online. The 1983 P. Washington quarter was made at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why it has a small P. Mint mark on the front of the coin. You'll find the P to the right of George Washington's ponytail. Like other quarters, it has the familiar design we've seen for decades, George Washington on the front, called the obverse, and an eagle with wings spread on the back, called the reverse. The words, Liberty, In God We Trust, United States of America, and quarter dollar, appear on the coin. It has a copper core with a nickel outer layer. There's no silver in this coin, since silver was removed from circulating quarters in 1965. So why is the 1983 P quarter getting so much attention? It comes down to a few key things: rarity and high condition, no official mint sets in 1983, and the possibility of valuable mint errors. While over 617 million 1983 P quarters were made, most of them went straight into circulation, meaning they were used in everyday transactions, tossed in change jars, dropped on sidewalks, and worn down by years of use. Finding a 1983 P quarter in good shape is hard. Finding one in nearly perfect, uncirculated condition is even harder. And that's where the value starts to climb. Usually, collectors get their best coins from mint sets, specially packaged coins made by the U.S. Mint with quality in mind. But in 1982 and 1983, the Mint didn't produce those sets. That means fewer high-quality examples of the 1983 P quarter exist today. Most of the surviving coins are in rough condition, which makes the nice ones much more valuable. It's simple supply and demand, lots of people want them, but very few in top shape exist. Condition plays a huge role in a coin's value. Grading companies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, grade coins on a 70-point scale. A coin graded MS-60 is uncirculated but has noticeable flaws. A coin graded MS-65 is much better, with fewer marks. But a coin graded MS-67 or higher. That's where the big money starts. One 1983 P quarter graded MS-67 Plus by PCGS sold for nearly $15,000. If a coin were to be graded even higher, MS-68, for example, it could sell for $25,000 or more. That's not just hype. That's based on real auction results. But remember, these coins are incredibly rare in that kind of condition. Most 1983 P quarters you find will not be worth thousands. Still, it's worth looking closely, especially if the coin appears uncirculated. If you think your coin is in great condition, it might be time to consider having it professionally graded. Besides condition, another thing that can make a 1983 P quarter valuable is a minting error. These happen when something goes wrong during the coin's production. Errors can range from minor to major, and collectors love them. Some error types can add hundreds or even thousands of dollars in value, depending on how rare and dramatic the mistake is. One kind of error is called an off-center strike. This happens when the coin isn't properly aligned during the striking process, causing the design to appear shifted. If the date is still visible and the off-center strike is large, maybe 20% or more, the coin could be worth $100 to $300 or even more, especially if it's in good condition. Another error is the clipped planchet, where a piece of the coin is missing, usually along the edge. It looks like a small bite was taken out of it. These clipped planchet coins can sell for $50 to $150, depending on how big the clip is and how nice the coin looks overall. If it's also uncirculated, the value could go even higher. A more dramatic and valuable error is the missing clad layer. A 1983 P quarter should have a shiny nickel coating on the outside. But sometimes, that outer layer is missing, leaving only the copper core. The coin will appear a reddish or brownish color and look completely different from a regular quarter. These errors can be worth $200 to $500 or more, especially if verified by a grading company. There's also something called a double die error, where the design is doubled due to a mistake in the die-making process. If you see two outlines of the date or letters, you might have a double die coin. These are rare for the 1983 P quarter, but if one is found and verified, it could be worth a lot, possibly hundreds or even thousands, depending on how strong the doubling is. With all of these possibilities, you might be wondering how to know if your 1983 P quarter is special. First, check the condition. Does the coin still look shiny? Does it have strong details? Are there any major scratches or signs of wear? If it looks brand new, you might have an uncirculated coin. Next, check for errors. Is the coin off-center? Is part of it missing? Does it look like the color is off? If so, you might have a valuable mistake coin. If you think your coin might be valuable, the next step is to get it graded. This means sending it to a professional grading company like PCGS or NGC. They will look at the coin carefully and assign it a grade. This grade can make a big difference in how much someone is willing to pay. Most serious buyers will only pay top dollar for coins that are certified and graded. Here's a general guide to values for the 1983 P quarter. A circulated coin in average condition is worth just its face value, 25 cents. An uncirculated example in lower mint state grades, like MS60 to MS64, might be worth $5 to $20. A coin graded MS65 to MS66 might bring in $50 to $150. At MS67, the value jumps. Coins in this grade have sold for $500 to $1,500. An MS67 Plus coin can sell for $5,000 to $15,000. If a 1983 P quarter were ever graded MS68, it could break records and possibly reach $25,000 or more. As for errors, a small off-center strike might be worth $50 to $100. A clipped planchet could be worth $100 to $250. A missing clad layer coin can bring $200 to $500, or even more if graded. A major double die error, if verified and in good condition, could fetch several $1,000s. It's important to remember that just because a coin is listed for a high price online doesn't mean it will sell for that price. Always look at completed sales and real auction results. Be cautious with coins that are not graded, especially if they're being sold for a lot of money without proof. So, is the 1983 P Washington quarter worth $25,000? The answer is yes, but only in very rare cases. It needs to be in nearly perfect condition, professionally graded, or have a significant mint error. Most 1983 P quarters you find will be worth 25 cents. But with millions of coins out there, it's not impossible to find a valuable one. You just have to know what to look for. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you, give it a like, leave a comment, and subscribe for more videos about rare coins and what they're really worth. See you next time, and happy coin hunting.